Hello, Saber Forum. Manroon here one more time with yet another Ultrasaber video review. This time it's a real antique, an old PVC stunt series Archon V1. I got this as a grab bag. All I specified was the color, Arctic blue, for a Christmas present for a friend, good friend of mine, same guy I bought the consoler for earlier in the year. Great guy. But anyways, this is a really cool saber. I honestly rank this right up there with the Archon V2, which is, as many of you know, everybody out there is envying those. Everybody wants one. They're really cool. And so is the V1, if you haven't seen one before. They look great in Arctic blue. Arctic blue, it's showing up a little bit dark on the camera here, but you look at the glow on the bed here, is pretty close to the real. That's a pretty good match for the real color there. That's about right. But it does look a little bit dark. But it's a very cool. It has a little bit of a flanged emitter, not as high as the V2. You can also kind of see here it has a really deep emitter. The blade goes down in there, and there is this space in between there. So it really looks like the blade is coming out of the emitter, and more realistic, not like the blade takes up all of the emitter space, but there's actually a device there creating it, which I think is a little more realistic and a little cooler. Did come with a little bit of some minor scuff marks in it, but no big deal. Has a very cool larger set screw, which I think gives a nice feature, almost like a blade adjust knob or something. Very cool. I love the detail even at the lower end of the emitter on this. It's very reminiscent of the Luke Return of the Jedi and the Obi-Wan A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith style emitters, and it just looks really cool. You all know I love that skeletal basic look, and this really has it. The bump at the activator is a good grip point, and there's a nice shift here for you to be able to get to the switch easily without altering your grip. Some more nice detail down at the pummel here. This has one of those plug pummels, which is different. I kind of like the way that looks, actually. Didn't think I would, but I do. The only thing about this is it has good grip, relatively good handling. The only thing is, with a heavy grade blade in it, it's really blade heavy. If you get one, I would suggest finding some way to put some weights in it, because the weight to this thing, let me see if I can find the balance point for you. It's a little bit over, right about there. So you can see it's a good 6 or 7 inches up the blade, roughly. Not perfect, but it's pretty far up there. It's really heavy towards the blade, so not the best balance. Good for spinning though, and I think if you weighed it, it would be a pretty good combat hilt. And it definitely, you can tell by the looks, this is a great saber to offset against a VA consoler. I wish I had my friend's consoler here at the same time to show you that, but it's nice. It's really gonna look great. I think he's gonna be thrilled with it. I've already sent him some pictures and he loves it. But there you have it. Nice antique you don't see as often, but they do still turn up in the grab bags if you go after a PVC, and it's well worth the $40. It's a good, unique saber. It doesn't look like everything else that's out there, but there's some very obvious movie style lightsaber influence to it. People will know what it is, and for being PVC, it looks darn good. Very nice. And I'm just going to close off here, grabbing the Archon V2 next to this to show you the series, sort of as a set. These are both gifts for separate people, but you can see directly the comparison between the two. I don't know if anyone's put them up side by side yet, but there they are, both with silver activators, coincidentally, and mid-grade green next to a heavy grade Arctic blue. And they both look blue on the camera, but again, you guys know the cameras don't do these things justice. Again, you can see that deep emitter and the higher flange. They both look great, and you can see, you get them close here, the influences in the emitter, how similar they are, but how Ultra and his crew took advantage of machining and got an extra level in there of height, which is nice. It gives it a different look. And the thinner neck, but still you get the same feel of that here. You know, and they're honestly not all that different. They're very similar sabers, and you can definitely see the progression. Both very nice. Great sabers. I highly recommend both of them. I'd love to get a chance to play around with the V1 a little more, but I doubt my friend is going to let me get my hands on it, and I doubt my sister is going to let go of the V2 either. So this is probably the last video you'll see with these in it. Thank you